Hi, this is Vicky from the Spellbound Bead Company, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the quick and easy Twinkle Star decoration. This is available as a kit from us at Spellbound. We'll put the link in the video description below. But if you want to make it from beads you've already got at home, you're going to need 6mm facets. We're using plastic facets because they've got a slightly larger hole and they're also lighter, so they make for a lighter decoration. I've got 12 4mm facets here. In the instructions they're referred to as the B beads. I've got some size 8 seed beads, they're the C beads, and then I've got some size 3 bugle beads, and they are referred to as the D beads in the instruction. You're also going to need, for each star, 70 centimetres of 0.315 soft wire. So this is supplied in the kit as well. In the kit you get enough to make 6 stars, so it's a great way to make up some speedy Christmas presents. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the first point. I'm going to thread on one of the 6mm facets there, then we're going to thread on a C and a D and a C and a B and a C. Oop, just the one C though, not two. C and a D and then 3 C. It doesn't look like it, but that's the point of your star. So then we thread on a D, a C, whoops, try not to get your wire caught in the mat, that does make it a little bit awkward, a B, a C, a D and a C. Okay, now what you'll notice is if we take the 6mm facet out of the equation, the rest of your beads there are a symmetrical sequence. So this is important because what it means is that the arms of your star are nice and even. So it's worth just taking your time as well. And if you've got any bugles that are slightly longer, slightly shorter, if they've got a crack or a chip, anything like that in them, then just take them out, because you know you're putting the time into this, and although it's a quick project, you still want it to look as nice as possible. So what we've got here is one of those. So let's just move that star out of the way, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the end of the wire. So if you get the 6mm facet so it's sitting roughly in the middle of your length of wire, it doesn't have to be precise, you don't need to get your ruler out, but sort of roughly in the middle, and we're going to take the end of the wire back through that 6mm facet in the same direction as before. Okay, so there we have it. So it doesn't look much like a star point at the minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to pinch the two sides of the star like this, and then just these 3 beads that you put on in the middle that are now the point of the star, we're just going to twist the wire underneath those. Just twist it around, and there you've got your point. Okay, so now we'll have a look and we'll see which end of the wire is the long end, and we'll work on that one. And we're going to thread on almost the same sequence again. So we'll start with an A and a C, whoops, and a D and a C and a B and a C and a D. Oh, I'm not going to get any more on there, so just slide those down the wire. So then we've got 3 C beads, a D, a C, a B, a C and a D. So what we're going to do now is we're going to link this point to the one that we've just made. So this will make the centre of the star a little bit more stable, so it means it's nice and stiff and it's not going to be flopping around. So what we're going to do is the C bead that's next to the point that we've just made, that one there, we're going to come down through there like so, just pull it through, and then we're going to go back through that A bead again in the same direction as before. So through there. Okay, and again we'll bring this up, bring the points together and just twist. Just give them a twist, and there you've got your first 2 points. So we're making a 6-pointed star. So we've done 2. We'll do another 3 points so that we've got 5, and then when we make the 6th point we just have to do it slightly differently to make sure it's all connected together. So again, we'll pick up an A, a C, a D, a C, a B, and you'll find the way to do this that works best for you. I find scooping the beads off the mat works, but if you need to pick them up and thread them all on individually, then that's fine too. So that was a C bead, then a D bead, then 3C, 2, 3, and then a D, and a C, and an A, and a C, and a D. Now if you do notice any kinks developing in the wire, the 0.3's pretty good, but if you do notice, if you get sort of like, if the wire starts to do this and twist round on itself, just take the time to untwist that wire and just straighten it out. You don't want any kinks forming because they make sort of weak spots on your wire, so that's not what you want. So we'll come down again through the C and through the A bead on the main ring, pull that through, then pinch and twist. Now that end's slightly shorter, so I'll go and use the longer end of the wire, and it's a symmetrical star, so it's exactly the same in both directions, so whatever works for you. So again, A, C, D, C, B, C, D, 3C, 1, 2, 3, then a D, a C, a B, a C, and a D. Okay, these make great little decorations. You just buy the kit, you will have some monofilament in there that you can use to hang them up from, so they're great on the tree. They also work quite nicely on the front of a Christmas card. So if you make your own greetings cards, Christmas cards, you could use one on the front of a card to make the decoration, and then after Christmas your lucky recipient can put it away with their Christmas decorations and have it ready to put on their tree next year. They're really nice as gift tags as well. I've wrapped my presents just in plain brown wrapping paper. It's good for the environment. It's something I've done for years. It's because I'm lazy, and it means I don't have to have lots of different types of wrapping paper. So if you get a present off me, you'll be able to tell usually because it's in brown paper. So I'm dead imaginative like that. But these will just make a nice extra addition to the front of the gift, to put with the gift tag. So there we go. So let's just pull that. Just needs to be a tiny bit tighter, just so that it doesn't get a floppy end. And there, and then we're going to pinch and twist there. So that's 4 points. So we'll just put one more on. So again, you should know this sequence by now. So we've got an A, a C, a D, an A, a B, and C, a D, 3C, and a D, oops, and a C, and a B, and an A and a D. Connect it to the previous point. Just double check your sequence. Connect it to the previous point. Come on through. Finish it off. There. And pull that tight. And again, pinch and twist. Okay. Now you can see that length of wire isn't going to be long enough to do another point with, but we've got plenty left on this side, so that's brilliant. So to make the 6th point, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the A bead, and then we're going to connect it to the first or the point on the other side. It's not technically the first point we made, but to this first point on the ring here. So to do that, we're actually going to go up through this C bead as if we're going towards the point of the star, and that'll just make sure everything sits in the right direction. So pull that one through. There we go, and you can see you've got a nice ring of the 6 A beads in the middle there. Now I'm just going to turn this over because I find it easier to work right to left. So what we're going to do is the rest of the sequence. So we've already got the A and the C, so we're going to start with a D, a C, a B, a C, a D, 3A, 1, 2, 3, a D, oh sorry, not A, 3C, a D, then the C, then our last B bead, and this is how we know we're on the last point. We've just put the last facet on. So another C, and then one final D bead, and then we're going to come down through the C bead of the last point, just down through there, pull that one through, and then through that first A bead that we put on before. So you'll find that the 2 ends of your wire are just a kink. Let's just untwist that. Sorry. There we go. So as I'm saying, your 2 ends of the wire should be next to one another, which is brilliant. So just make that final point. So twist. Okay, so I'm going to finish these ends of the wire off. What you're going to do is you're going to hold them together, the 2 ends, about, well, it's a couple, 3 or 4 mil from the end, from the where they come out through the beads, and you're just going to twist. Now you can either twist the wire, or actually in this case it's easier if you just twist the star around a couple of times. And what you'll find is the wires twist against themselves, so you just get this little sort of ridged bit, for want of a better description, just there. What we're going to do then is take the 2 ends of the wire and tuck them through one of those A beads. Just take your time, should go through. There we go. Now you can either do these 2 together or separately. 2 together is slightly easier because they've got the wire twisted at the beginning. And if you just keep pulling there, and then the ends of the wire that you've just wrapped together will be nice and secure inside that facet there. We're just going to take a pair of wire cutters and being very careful not to cut any of the other connecting wires. I'm just going to cut those 2 ends of the wire. That's one side. And there you have your super quick twinkle star. So if you want to, you can have all your points pointy, sorry, and make a star shape. The other thing you can do is if you pull these out slightly, you can make it more angular. So it could be a snowflake, or if you did this in red bugles with gold in the middle, make yourself a poinsettia. And there you have it. So there is a quick and easy twinkle star decoration.